What's up, you guys? Joe Dobby here. I am now a Deck Out Gaming affiliate. Use Joe Dobbs Deck Out at checkout. Deck Out Gaming has tons of singles for Pokemon, Dragon Ball Super, and Digimon TCG, as well as One Piece. They now buy list as well, so don't hesitate to reach out, and they got your back. Really high customer service ratings. Thank you guys, and yeah, let's get to the video. Hello again, y'all, and welcome to the channel. For those of you new to the channel, my name is Joe Dobby. I am the purple only player for the Digimon TCG. I also experiment with decks that work together with other colors, but the backbone remains the same. I really like purple as a color in the card game because it has all of my favorite Digimon. So this video is actually going to be the first of what will be a series of videos that I intend to release on a more regular schedule. I find that this new format with scripting, editing, and all that, I should be able to get a video out, if not every 2 weeks, at least every week. So for now, I'm going to call this series the Red Player's Guide to Purple. So if you guys have any better name suggestions, and trust me, I really want to replace this name, please let me know in the comments below. So basically, this type of series will encompass different combos of specific decks that I enjoy playing. The idea is I will be able to guide you guys through my thought process and through the main combos of certain decks. So for now, we're actually going to get into Imperialdramon, the red and purple version. Imperialdramon has two versions that have been improved going into BT16, the green, blue, and red, purple versions. Both have different ways to get there, but the objective is the same. We DNA Digivolve, we swing over time, remove bodies, and gain an insurmountable advantage before going for game. The idea is that once you've set off full combo, your opponent will have a hard time dealing with all of your bodies, and by then you would be able to swing in the next turn if you have not won already. The red-purple version of Imperialdramon isn't as straightforward in my opinion, because there are a bit of pieces involved that require some setup. After testing the deck quite a bit and actually getting a top 4 finish at a 16-player Evo Cup, I feel that I am ready to share my experience and also go over the main combos of the deck. BT16 has significantly improved this deck with the addition of 3 key cards: Wormmon, Dinobemon, and the Davis and Ken dual Tamer. In a months prior, we've also had access to the Shadramon promo, and this, in my opinion, bridges the deck together and is really the foundation, in addition to that new Wormmon, is the foundation of the deck's newfound success. So with that said, here's a few key things you want to see as you set your deck up for victory. So in this part of the video, we're gonna go over the pieces that you're gonna need to see in your hand before you go full combo. You're gonna need definitely both of your boss monsters, Imperialdramon Dragon Mode and Fighter Mode. A BT16 Wormmon is preferred, or any of your Vmon or Wormmon rookies. A promo Shadramon is preferred, or any of your level 4s. And a BT16 Dinobemon is preferred, but any of your level 5s will do. As far as suboptimal lines are concerned, as long as you've got the board state and cards in trash to facilitate a different line to combo off, you'll really just need your boss cards, 1 level 3, 1 level 4, and 1 level 5 Digimon. On your board, however, you generally need 2 Digimon previously in order to combo off, 2 rookie Digimon specifically, but now with the introduction of the Davis and Ken dual Tamer, I would say that as long as you've got a rookie to play from your hand, Ken and Davis really bridges that gap between raising a Digimon and having to find a secondary body to do the full DNA Digivolution combo. Any other Digimon you raise from the breeding area or have on board for the turn is just a sweet bonus. And in trash, you will need either the promo Shadramon or EX3 Flamedramon or Shadramon, though both are preferred. The BT16 Wormmon and either of the EX3 Dinobemon and Imperialdramon, though both are again preferred. Alright, you guys, so now we're actually going to be diving into the main combo of the deck. Ultimately here, you want to be able to really pop off and go for a huge turn. So let's just start at 1 memory here. This is what our opponent is going to put us to because they are very generous. And now you're going to start with your draw phase. Once you've drawn, essentially here you've got 2 decisions to make. We're going to assume that there is no Davis and Ken right now, and this is a situation where you want to raise your Vmon. Now, previously at one memory, you literally had no opportunity to Jogress off or combo and DNA off because you would definitely need another rookie to do the thing. Now, when you have promo Shadramon in hand, when you Digivolve here, which will be for a 3 cost, you can use Shadramon here to play a Vmon or Wormmon from your trash suspended. Now, in order to combo off, the only target you would have to pick here would be the new BT16 Wormmon. So essentially, you would play the BT16 Wormmon suspended, and on play, if it is your turn, one of your Digimon may Digivolve into a level 4 card with Insectoid or free in its traits, with the cost reduced by 1. Now that you've got this situated, you have the really 2 main targets here are the EX3 targets. Now, the reason why they are the targets here, and we're going to choose Imperialdramon because at this point it doesn't matter, their Digivolving effects, there's 2 of them, but we really want the second one here. You may DNA Digivolve this Digimon and one other Digimon in play to a Digimon in your hand for its DNA cost. So this immediately allows you to go into the Imperialdramon for a reduced cost of 1, then you get to draw for that. And then this secondary Evo will allow you to DNA Digivolve into a Dinobimon. So Dinobimon, this one specifically is the ideal one you want to DNA Digivolve into, and essentially you would just place the purple source above, and here you go with the Dinobimon, and you would have passed a total of basically 3 memory. Now, Dinobimon's when Digivolving skill, you may play 1 level 4 or level 5 Digimon, you may play 1 level 5 or lower Digimon card with free trait from your trash without paying the cost. So you really want these 2 targets here. The reason why is because there's going to be situations where you can either empty a board state or delete your opponent's largest Digimon. So if you're looking at deleting a large Digimon, Dinobimon is what you would want to play when you Jogress. We will show you how that works. Or if your opponent has no Digimon, you might want to choose Imperialdramon here because of its inheritable. So for the sake of just being fully aggressive, we're going to choose Imperialdramon. My opponent has no Digimon on the field, and there is nothing that I would need to swing over against. Now, Dinobimon grants the played Digimon Rush. However, if you do give it Rush, you must attack a player. So the decision here would be my matchups. Are the DP thresholds of my opponent's Digimon relatively low? How many level 5s do they have with an 8k DP or higher? And how many level 6s, etc. are 8k DP or higher? Another thing you might want to consider are removal cards. How many cards in security can trigger the deletion of either Digimon? If you feel that there's really not much threat there, I would generally say that you can swing safely into security, getting that 1 check. So this is starting your opponent at 5 security. So now off the swing, you survive the check, they go down to 4. You would trigger Imperialdramon's end of turn DNA Digivolution. So now you're going to DNA Digivolve here into your Imperialdramon Dragon Mode for its cost, and that is again a Jogress, so it's basically a free Digivolution, no memory cost required. And when Digivolving, this effect of deleting every other Digimon that your opponent does not choose does not really trigger, because in this scenario there's no opponent to swing there's no Digimon to delete, but you do get Blitz. So now you have the opportunity to swing. And its when attacking effect is you gain an extra 2k DP, and for another 2 memory, you can Digivolve into Imperialdramon Fighter Mode. So now you want to trigger, generally I like to trigger all the other inheritables before going into Fighter Mode. So Wormmon would have suspended a Digimon, Poromon would have potentially deleted a Floodgate, or a rookie, a Searcher rookie, but Dragon Mode does a very good job of that. And finally, if you do want to make sure that this stack does not get deleted, you want to pay that extra 2 memory and go into your Fighter Mode. And when Digivolving, you can bottom deck a Dragon Mode, essentially, in order to prevent any security effects from triggering. So now that you are blitzing in, you are essentially a 15k from the Imperialdramon Dragon Mode's evolution, 17k with the Vmon, and you will go ahead and do 2 checks because of the Imperialdramon, bringing them down to 2 security. So that is a pretty good start by turn 2 or 3, assuming you were able to trash. There's really not a lot of options you need to trash once you have any level 5, especially early on. If you have the Imperialdramon, you'll be able to really be aggressive here. Other than that, you're putting your opponent to a lot of memory, but this whole interaction in general cost you only 6, which I think is a very big deal, considering that now they have a level 6 Digimon they need to deal with, and this level 6 Digimon also has Partition on deletion, has on deletion can play a Vmon on and Wormmon from your hand suspended, and on deletion here can play both a Vmon and Wormmon available. So you are essentially, when this body gets removed, without Partition, you are going to be playing 3 Digimon on board, with Partition, potentially 5. And now that you've got the 5 Digimon on board, your opponent has to deal with that. Generally, Death X will deal with it, Valkyremon Ace might be able to deal with it, but if they don't have any of those outs early on into being able to combo like this, you are generally in a very, very good spot. In this next scenario, we are going to play the game and imagine that there is a Davis and Ken on board already. And in this situation, let's say we actually do not have the promo Shadramon. So it's going to be a little bit more difficult, which is why the Ken Davis really comes in clutch. So we're gonna go ahead and do our draw phase here. We'll push up the Vmon as usual. At the start of your main phase, Ken and Davis allows you to play a Vmon or Wormmon from your hand without paying the cost. So in this situation, we end up playing the Wormmon from your hand without paying the cost, and Wormmon BT16 also has its own on play. If it's your turn, one of your Digimon may Digivolve into a level 4 card with Insectoid or free from your trash with a Digivolution cost reduced by 1. Because you are going to be paying the Digivolution cost, it's risky to go into the promo Shadramon, but because it's reduced by 1, you'd only pay 1. In this scenario, we do not have the promo Shadramon, so we will actually go into the regular Shadramon for 1. We're gonna get ahead and draw for Digivolution, and Shadramon's effect here, we're gonna use the first effect this time to Digivolve one of our other Digimon into a red level 4 Digimon with free Innistrates from trash for its Digivolution cost. So this Flamedramon is gonna end up paying 2 memory. Now we're gonna draw for Digivolution on that, and Flamedramon can now activate its when Digivolving skill, which allows us to DNA Digivolve, as we did in the first scenario. In this scenario, you're gonna have to be very careful because the promo Shadramon is both red and purple, so that could go at the very top. In this case, when we are using that secondary Digivolution effect to DNA into Dino B, it is a purple followed by red, so we put Shadra on top. So be mindful of that when you are DNA Digivolving so you don't get rule sharked. And then here we go. So Dino B does the thing again. Let's say this time there is a big unsuspended Digimon we need to swing over. Dino B will allow you to play a Dino B. So, because there is a big Digimon we need to swing over, if it has blocker, we might not want to give it rush and attack a player. Again, this is situational, matchup specific. You have to pretty much have a good idea of what your opponent is playing and the certain DP thresholds if you want to be that greedy and give it rush and attack a player. Sometimes it's very beneficial. But in this scenario, we're not going to do that because we need to swing over, let's say, a Belphamon sleep mode, right? So we're gonna go ahead and play the Dino B here, and we're going to actually DNA Digivolve into the Imperial Dragon mode. Once again, this is just for a lower amount of memory, and then we will draw for that, trigger its when Digivolving effect, it'll delete everything else, etc. And assuming, you know, that sleep mode has already used its opponent's turn effect to end an attack, you can basically swing over that sleep mode with blitzing into the sleep mode using the inheritable of Dino Bmon. In addition to that, if your opponent has no blockers and you want to play it a little bit risky, in this scenario here, if you want to bait out that sleep mode, you could in theory, just swing, and then if they don't have a blocker, they might be forced to trash 2 to just stop this attack over here, at which you would use the end of turn DNA Digivolution to go here, and then that sleep mode is much more vulnerable. I'm just using sleep mode as an example to kind of show you that, but once again, Dinobimon has to survive that swing at a player in order to be able to safely DNA. If you lose the body, sometimes it's very crucial, and that can just end your game there. So it's a very important key piece of decision making. So yeah, and then you're just gonna blitz like usual. When you digivolve here, I think I will pay the 2, especially if they have a memory tamer, is piercing. So because it has piercing, you want to basically use the Dino B inheritable to swing over an unsuspended Digimon. In this scenario, you want to go into that fighter mode to pierce. So different times call for different situations, but generally that's how you want to do things. And finally, you guys, we're going to go over the main tech choice of my deck here. The beauty about being able to go into this combo is the Flamedramon inheritable as well as the Shadramon inheritable end of turn to DNA Digivolve is a May effect. So you can mind game your opponent in this scenario, especially if you do not have a Dragon mode in hand to Joggers into. You do not have that. One thing you can do here is stay on your turn. So I would probably aggressively swing here, especially if I've got the Ken Davis, because then I can go full combo from anywhere, anytime with a trash full of options and a rookie in my hand. So let's say I've got the Wormmon in my hand, I'll be able to do all of that moving on. So I swing here, let's say he survives. The beauty about this Dino B effect is once you've passed turn and if you do not Jogress or DNA Digivolve, you will actually be able to threaten your tech choice, which is the level 6 ace cards. So in this scenario, you would sit on your ace card, you would sit on 2 level 5s, and if your opponent is able to remove 1, you can easily go threaten Kawaga Ace. If your opponent is able to remove the Dino B, you will basically have partition here, so if it's removed by their effect, you end up playing these 2 Digimon right there. And then, if it is a when attacking effect that deleted the Dino B, we can actually threaten Gran Kuwaga here, suspending 2 other Digimon, and potentially deleting off a Tamer. Now, the beauty of Gran Kuwagamon here is it really pushes your next turn if you do not have all your pieces. Because once you've set this up, you can basically hang on to these, and now that you've partitioned out, you can Jogress again, or if the partition didn't work out, Ken and Davis will allow you to play Wormmon from hand, and then you'll be able to go into Promo Shadramon, and then Promo Shadramon will play a Wormmon suspended, and the Wormmon suspended will go into a Shadramon for the reduced cost of 1, and then now Shadramon's secondary skill will allow you to Jogress into Dino B, and then Dino B will allow you to play Imperial, and then Imperial, end of turn, the Shadra will DNA into Fighter mode or Dragon mode, and there you have it. That is your following turn, actually, after this combo. Now, the beautiful thing is, because this is happening on your turn, if you are at any memory, if it's still your turn at the end of this combo, Gran Kuwagamon can swing, 1 check 12k, and grant Dragon Mode security attack +1. The reason why I will choose Dragon Mode is because, you know, I don't want Gran Kuwaga to take the 2 checks and potentially die by battle, because that's an overflow 4. So I would give the security check to Dragon Mode, and with the Imperialdramon, Dragon Mode is going to be swinging 3 checks, and to further protect that ace, you can actually go into the fighter mode you've got for 2, and that's how you pass your turn. No security triggers, 3 security checks, and Gran Kuwaga is basically protected for all those 3 checks, which means they are unlikely to overflow 4, which is a huge bonus. Now, obviously, if you haven't won here yet, hopefully you've still got enough security. If not, then, I mean, it is what it is, but I hope you guys did enjoy this combo discussion. I hope that I've covered most of the things. One quick thing to note is Analog Youth, Vmon, and Wormmon are your main sources of trashing. So you really want to see these cards for now. unless you're running Mist Memory Boost. Mist Memory Boost isn't bad either, but I just find it a little too tight, so I cut it. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and let me know in the comments if you like these types of videos, because I think these are the types of videos that I will be making moving forward. Thank you so much for watching, and peace!